Hello. All right. Hello. Gonna get into live build here just a moment. I'm gonna allow a few minutes to pressurize, and then we'll get started. What's going on, guys? Can also just make a quick post here. Oops. If I can spell. No. Obviously, we're going to be building the Azure Falcon here today. And it's going to be, let's see. Sorry, excuse me. All right. Hello. Yeah, it's going to be a fairly lengthy build, I think. There is a lot of parts, and it is, yeah, pretty elaborate, to say the least. We've also got some stickers we're going to be putting on here, too. These are all these, like, those little plastic stickers, and then these stickers, which I think these ones are going to go underneath the clear parts there. So we've got those as well. Just making a couple of posts here to let people know to come on over. And let's see, post. How are you guys all doing today? It's roughly the same size as Fenrir. Yes, that does seem to be the case. All right. Let's see. Okay. Alrighty. Build the Bedivere Man 2 Man SNA new release. Oh yeah, the Lion-O kit. Yeah, I probably will build that one. Even though I gotta say, not that big on the lion aesthetic. Very excited for this. Can't wait for it to be released. Yes, and I'm sorry, I don't know. I can't translate that message there in Thai, I believe it is. All right, let's get right into it. Like I said, we got a lot to build, and in theory, we could finish the whole thing. I don't know in reality how well that's going to go, but we're going to try. So actually, we build the frame first. Just if you're following the instructions, you build a frame first, and then you add the armor and everything on there. But as you know, I like to live life on the edge and just do things my own way. And so we're going to build like kind of everything all at once. We're going to build the leg frame and then add the armor on it, just because for my own organizational purposes, that's how I had everything. But we will build the frame and then put the armor on, just like not the entirety of the frame of the kit, just like one leg at a time. And there are, yes, like I said, a lot of parts. So you guys will have to bear with me a bit, just in terms of messing around with all of these parts, I think. But should be all right. Overall, I have to say, just my first impression of all the parts and everything is that there's a ton of detail, just from like the number of parts themselves. But then a lot of the parts have like a lot of really nice detail on them, like here, see stuff like that. So if you wanted to like go in and actually paint in all the details and everything, I mean, there's a lot there. I talked about that in my first impression, actually just unboxing the kit. So if you guys saw the unboxing video, that was posted over on my channel yesterday. If you have not seen that, feel free to check that out. It's kind of more in-depth, just kind of going through all of the contents and everything. Obviously, the review video will be later on to follow. That's it. Okay. So that's all the parts for one leg, which, yes, is probably, if we were to count it out, probably more parts than like most HGs. but something like that. So some of like the larger like armor pieces and stuff, I'm just gonna separate out straight away, just because I know we're not gonna be needing those for the moment. And we'll just get right into it here. The first part of the construction looks to be like the feet, which are pretty interesting. It's got like these, with it being Falcon themed, it's got these kind of like claws. Is that it? Yeah, that is it. Okay. So we're off to the races. So yeah, if you guys have questions about the build, feel free to let me know in the chat there as we're going through it. I mean, I think probably most of what people are going to ask is just, you know, kind of the standard, how's the build so far kind of stuff. And so far, so good with those first couple of parts there. Should I zoom in a little bit here more for you guys? Just so you can see everything pretty clearly. Geez, how long did it take you to clean all those parts, man? So, I got, the kit was handed to me on Tuesday afternoon. Tuesday afternoon, then before, like, Tuesday afternoon, I unboxed the kit, recorded the unboxing, and started cutting out the parts. Took the kit home and finished cutting out the rest of the parts. This is going to be challenging. I'm going to need to find the parts. Okay, this is a combination of parts. So yeah, Tuesday evening, Tuesday night, basically I took the kit home, finished cutting out all the parts, and then yesterday I basically spent pretty much all day here at work, so like 8 to 5 was pretty much all just removing all the nubs on everything, just getting it ready. So that should give you an idea of that. Definitely took a little while so far. So I would say probably at this point, I've put in already about, let's see, including like recording the unboxing and then also editing and posting the unboxing and all that, which was also done kind of in the middle of that yesterday. Let's see, that would be about 9 hours yesterday, plus probably 4 hours Tuesday. I'd say 13 to 14 hours already, just to get it to this point. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff to do here for this, but to be able to get it early means that we want to share it with you guys share it with you guys as soon as possible. So yes, and it's exciting when we're able to get kits like this early. Let's see, this is this one. Wait a second. That's not right. This one, I think. Nope, that's still not right. Wait. Which part is that? It's like a number of different parts here that all look kind of similar. They're the same gray color and have this kind of like piping bit kind of detail on there. So yeah, I'm gonna have to make sure that I'm paying attention, watching out for stickers. It does kind of tell you what stickers are used in which section of the build in the manual. And I'll show you what I mean here in just a second. So here in the manual, it tells you what all parts are used for this section. It also tells you here, it tells you what stickers. So if I get to the end of the build, like I've got leftover stickers and I don't know where the stickers go, I can just go back and find which section it is here. So like if I find out I've got sticker 10 left over, I can find out, oh, sticker 10 was in this section here, then I just have to find where it goes. So that will help me if I miss anything. Hopefully I won't miss anything. So let's see. All right. So W10. I also like this. Hang on, I'll show you. This is this one. There should be one more. Should be one more of these somewhere. But this is kind of cool too, because they have this so that it shows you these are all the parts used for this section of the build. I guess if the idea is that you're building in the same way that I'm building, where you cut out all those parts all at once, then you get to this part of the build where you need to put this part here, W10, but you have multiple parts here that look kind of similar and maybe you're not sure which one's which, this actually has it illustrated for you here, the difference, so you can kind of see them from the side. You see one's a little shorter, one's a little taller, one has like a little notch cut out of it there, kind of thing. So it's got that very helpful little cheat sheet there, so I can make sure that I'm using the right parts for each step along the way. That's cool. So we got that, and then J2. It's the same thing for these gold parts here. There's ones that are a bit longer and ones that are a bit shorter. And then this one here. Okay. And I think just by like looking at the parts that these silver and gold parts fit onto, I think it would have been easy to figure out that like they don't belong, because they just wouldn't have fit. But still, it's nice to have that little guide in there for sure. How's the build going so far? The kit looks so awesome. I'm really excited for the review. Yes, I'm excited for this one as well, actually. Again, I mentioned this in my unboxing video, but I have been looking forward to this. Now, I don't remember when this kit was first announced, but I probably didn't see it for a while when it was first announced, but for a little while anyway, that I've been aware of it, and I was probably, what I mean to say is I was probably late to become aware of it. But definitely, since I've been aware of it, I have definitely been looking forward to it. Okay, so this one goes this side. These claw bits are also slightly different, the left and the right side one here, so I'm just going to make sure I've got these on here correctly for the back of the feet. And actually, I mean, like, now that I've got the parts all spread out, I mean, it does still look like a lot of parts, but I mean, it's very manageable. It's not like overwhelming to me. Like, I was worried about, like, oh, I'm going to get all these parts spread out that I need just for this one section of the build, and it's just going to be a ridiculous amount. But it's not that bad. Alright. But I suppose I shouldn't speak too soon. We still have a lot to go. And I mean, like, when building like big, let's see, hang on. Oh, okay, there is like a spot where that fits in there. When putting together kits like this, where they just like have a ton of parts and all that, I do often feel like, when I'm building them live anyway, I feel like I want to, like, after building one leg, I feel like, okay, and I don't really want to build the second leg live, just because it's such like a lengthy process just to build one leg, that I feel like, okay, that took me a while, and now it's just gonna be another long length of time building this other one here for you guys. But okay, sticker 44. Fortunately, I think, at least for now, it's going to be pretty hard to miss any of the stickers, just because I'm having to because the build is just so unique, I'm having to like really focus on an instruction manual, which is probably going to make it hard to talk, and which probably going to be even more kind of like fumbly than usual, just in trying to talk about this kit whilst building it. But that is unfortunately seeming like it's just going to be a requirement here for us. Let's see. Oh man. And another thing too that I did really like, I wasn't aware of beforehand, is that this kit has these parts here, which are in like a metallic navy blue kind of color. It's really nice. I gotta say, I do like it. This piston part's gonna be interesting. Let's see. Oh my, look at that. Okay. The opposite side here. So yeah, with this being a longer build, I saw actually, I don't know if he's like the designer. I'm not too familiar with the Twitter user, but I saw somebody, I think he's like one of the designers of this kit or something, was posting on Twitter or something, or just a designer or something, posted on Twitter like his work in progress of putting this kit together. I saw yesterday, and he had like I think it was basically like the entirety of like the frame built. Oh, shoot, I missed something. And anyway, but he in his post was saying that it basically took him like 2 days just to put the frame together. I was thinking like, yeah, it sounds about right. I'm gonna try to cheat that one. Glad I was able to squeeze that in there. All right. So this goes together like that. Whoa. Interesting. I think this is going to be our, well, I was going to say knee joint, but maybe not. Something in like the middle of the leg is where this is going to ultimately end up going. Good afternoon from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm sitting here watching it live while waiting to clock in at 11:45 p.m. working. Wait. You're clocking in, waiting to clock in at 11:45 p.m. working until 12:30 a.m. Wouldn't that mean you're working for 30 minutes, 45 minutes? How's Inera compared to other third-party companies? Are there any specific things that they do better other than like SNA? Well, one thing that Inera definitely is known for is like just these very parts-heavy, very complex builds. So that does obviously seem to be the case with this one here as well so far, as you can see. One interesting thing too is when we get to the cockpit section, which is going to be a while yet, unless we skip ahead. But when we get there, you'll see we have a little pilot figure, which I can just show you now because I went ahead and put this guy together. It's I think labeled online as a 1/100 scale kit, but this pilot is certainly not 1/100 scale. I would say it's either 160 or 148 in terms of the scale of the pilot. So that's different than what it says online, just as a heads up. And again, I don't know if that, I mean, I guess, changes the scale of the mech. Okay, let's see. Oops. And should go check. Yeah, let me get this part on here, and then I should go double check and make sure that my live light is on. I have a light here that's like shows on the outside of my office when I'm live, so people don't just come in. Let me double check, make sure that's on. It was not on. Just assume that the pilot and universe are all giants. Yeah, maybe. I mean, that could be too. So yeah, like I said, I mean, if they're saying that it's a 1/100 scale kit, then it's a 1/100 scale kit, and it's just that the pilot is a big fella. Sure. Now for this one, That could very much be the case. And one thing too that I'm noticing that I'm seeing a lot on a lot of these connections of these parts, they have like a little like key connection here like this, you know, where it has to fit on a certain way like that, and then it's locked into place. So definitely seeing a lot of that with a lot of these parts, which is something to pay attention to whilst building, just because if you just try just pushing that on there without noticing that it had that, I mean, you're going to damage the parts. So just be aware. It looks like they do a good job in the manual showing where all those parts are. Like it points it out in the manual, so I think you'll be okay. Ooh. Is that? Mm-hmm. So that was the knee joint, actually. The knee joint, kind of like the legs in general, are like a little bit odd on this because it's like transforms and the legs are kind of invert, sort of uh, something like that. I think the legs are going to be a little different. So this is a couple more stickers here on the frame. And I'm going to assume, so like one thing when it comes to putting stickers on the frame, it's kind of a waste to put stickers on parts of the frame where they're going to be covered up and not show. Sort of, I mean, like it's nice to be able to appreciate like details like that on the frame itself, but then if it's covered up, I mean, it's less important. So I'm going to assume that a lot of these bits, so far we've only put on a couple of stickers, but I mean, if this is any indication of what the rest of the build is going to be like. Putting stickers on the frame, my assumption is that these are parts of the frame that are going to be visible later on. Like these parts here where we just put that little red sticker there. That's my assumption. And this is kind of cool too. A lot of this I'm seeing as well, like kind of locking mechanisms. So we put these two parts here side to side together here for the size of like the thigh frame, and then we put this part here on the top, and that just kind of locks them together. And then we actually put this gold part over the top of that as well, right there. Are you planning to finish this on this stream? Yeah, I wouldn't say planning on that, hoping on that, yes. That is the hope. We will see. It is definitely, there's a lot of kit to build here, so, you know, it's very likely that that will not happen. But hey, if I can, I would like it. We're definitely going to make at least some significant progress. I mean, I'm hoping to get most of it built. You know, I planned, I mean, that's why we're starting at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So in theory, I could go a whole 4 hours from 1 to 5. And that's really the kind of only hard cutoff that I have, is at 5 o'clock is quitting time. I will likely want to stop the stream before that, though, so I probably won't do a whole 4 hours. But if we have to, it is a possibility. Install by inserting in the middle position. Okay. And then what? Oh, it's the wrong side. That's helpful. Like that, and then that folds up. Is that also supposed to fit in there? Not clear. Hang on. Whoa. All right, hang on. Oh, okay. I didn't have the right part on there. Come on. There we go. All right. Now this, okay, we've got a few different things all to kind of try to line up at once. So let's give it a try here. All right, made it. Okay, is that, see, we're already working our way through it. Certainly complex. Wait. Oops, I think I missed something here. We made it for a little while before I had to whip out the part separator, but we all knew it was coming. I think one of the pegs here missed the mark. So there was a couple of bits that kind of all have to fit in at the same time. One of which missed. And therefore it was out of line. How can I get that in there at the same time? Okay, so it's got it like this. Let's try. The problem is it's kind of like hard to see. There's two pegs, actually like three different pegs all have to line up to attach into there like that at the same time. The top one's easy, and then these two bottom ones also need to be in the right spot in order to fit in there properly. But there we go. I think I got it now. Much better. And then we have a couple more stickers. I'm gonna leave my part separator out because I'm certain we'll need it again. Sticker 22. Okay, it's this little tiny one. There. What are your thoughts on the Liberty Astray coming out later this year? I had hoped the kit would have more accessories. I mean, it's an Astray, so I mean, especially with it being like basically like the Astray Red frame. The Astray Red frame also is pretty low on accessories typically, so I mean, not too surprising there. I think it looks cool. I think it looks nice. It's very familiar, very similar to the Astray Red frame, but it is a new design. And I think the new parts in particular look really nice. I shouldn't say new parts. It's the whole thing's new, but I just mean like the changes to the design, I guess, is what I mean to say. Anyway, I think it looks good. I think it's gonna be nice. I mean, there's a lot of moaning and groaning about, oh, it's another MG Astray. When, yeah, would I have preferred something else? Sure. But, you know, that's what we got. So, either we're gonna build it or not. And I'm definitely looking forward to building it. That's interesting. Well, that's not ideal. If you overextend the knee here, it pops these parts apart. So I guess just don't do that. Here. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the new MG Astray. I mean, it's a new MG. That's what people want. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it may not be exactly the one you want, but at the end of the day, it's a new MG, so you gotta take what you can get sometimes. Alright, now there should be 2 of these little pistons. Okay, there's the other one. I was getting worried for a second there. That's the other thing that I'm worried about as we're going through the build, because there's a lot of little parts. Hopefully it's not the case that any small parts have wandered off into another section of my organizer box here. Oh my. What's that? Oh, it's when the ankle bends forward. I see. When the ankle bends forward, these pistons will work there in the front of the legs. I really want to get a Durga Grande. Ah, yes. I'm looking forward to that one as well. Not built that one yet, but what was it on another live build recently or in the review or something that I was saying? It was actually comparing, talking about maybe this is why who was in the Ghidra, maybe Ghidra, maybe you remember this and that's why you're bringing it up. But yeah, I was talking about the Australia. I was saying that like I was getting a similar level of burnout from the Durga, having built so many versions of the Frame Arms Girl Durga in different shapes and sizes, and you know you have the Magatsuki and the Durga 1, the Magatsuki cat armor and all this different stuff. And so let's see. Wait, what? So which one's right? So we'll just find out. Yeah, anyway, despite that, I am still definitely looking forward to the Grande scale. Durga. Yes. Okay. Well, one thing that we just figured out is that at least for the time being, one of those stickers that we put on the side of the leg is already covered up. So I was wondering if that was going to be the case, that those would end up even showing, or if they would just get covered up, and it seems that they're covered up for the moment. But these parts do seem to be that they'll move like that, so you can kind of see the sticker poking out there on the inside. I think that's it for that. Okay. I'm working on removing the skin seam lines from Snow White at the moment. I still need to build the Kagutsuchi Frame Arms Girl. Okay, I keep thinking of it, like reminding myself of it at inopportune times. Need to think of it when I can actually go grab it and work on it. But obviously this week, this has kind of taken over a bit, and so maybe next week can work on that. At the moment, I actually have kind of a lot more than usual I have kind of a bit of a stockpile of stuff that's built and ready for review. And so it kind of worked out pretty well that this kit arrived when it did, and that I can kind of spend the time that's required for it. I was going to say not like spend a lot of time, but I mean it's just kind of just happens to be that this kit requires a lot of time. Because I just need to spend the time on this one, but it's good that I have other stuff already, a lot of other stuff already built up. It's kind of ready to go. So I've got, like for example, today, over on my channel, the video that I have going up today is a review of the, what's it called, Messer, the new HG Messer for that. And then tomorrow's video is already kind of mostly recorded. I have a little bit more, just a little bit more to record for that. That'll be going up tomorrow. Is a review of the 30-Minute Sisters Cestier kit, which is odd to say. Okay, so that's it for the leg frame for now. Where is the actual assembly of that then? Or we're just holding off on the assembly until we add the armor. I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, I guess so. So it's kind of our three main sections. Basically the foot, the leg, and then like the top of the leg. Be this section here. Kind of the hip attachment, sort of, as it were. So, for the leg, now we're adding the armor on. Do like these teal parts. Oh, we got some more stickers. I should double check the stickers, but like I said, probably what we'll end up doing is just have to see, like at the end of the build, if there's stickers left over. I'll figure out where they go if I've missed any along the way. But at this point, now that we're on the armor, I mean, assuming this is where we're going to be using a lot of the stickers here on the outside, at least for this leg. Where's that go? Right there. Okay, and then 45 and 46. 45. These really don't look that different, the left to right side, but apparently they are, so ever so slightly different. It's like a chrome silver on top of this metallic teal kind of color. Interesting. Come off there. Okay, and then what part is that? Actually, this one. Fortunately, that goes on there pretty good, because I was about to have an issue with that, I think. That aside, and the other thing is that so far we're not using any of those like under stickers. This gold part fell off. That's not the right one. This one. Like that. That blue sticker here, 38. do like these like plastic stickers, as I call them, just because I think they look nice. They do a good job of basically replicating the look of being like an actual plastic part, but actually not. And a very comfortable fit on here so far too. Not having anything sticking up on me. And again, just kind of pausing for a moment just again to double check the stickers, make sure I didn't miss anything. Don't think so. So far so good. Oh my, very interesting. Don't know where this part is gonna go. Quite the complex little bit of construction for this part here, which I think is actually for like on the top of the leg or something. Where is this gonna go? On this section here, yeah. Or the side of the leg, actually. And I've got a couple of parts here left over, which makes me nervous. Why are those parts there? What did I miss? Okay. Oops. Is that... that... and sticker number 27. Oh. Alright, if I had like one little part left over, that makes me think I've just got it in the wrong spot. But having basically like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 little parts left over is making me nervous. Now I'm gonna have to double check. It's probably that I've just got them in the wrong spot. They're meant to go with like the arms and not the legs or something like that. But let's see. So there you go. There's our leg. Got the kind of engine part there out the back at the top of the leg there. That's it. And then these, yeah, like so these feet fold down. There's claws in there. And basically the feet can kind of become claws, which is pretty cool. I like them just as the high heels though, just like this. But okay, there's one leg. All done. So let's go back and see. So that used sticker 15, 27, 28, 15. Yep. 27, 28. Let's use for the other side. 38, 38. Use that. 45 and 46. 45, 46. Okay, good. So at least on that part, we used all the leg parts that were required. All the stickers anyway. Sticker 2, 10, 20. 20, uh-oh. I'm supposed to use sticker 20 somewhere and I missed it. Okay, now we'll play the sticker finding game. Where was sticker 20 supposed to go that I missed? Oh. Uh-huh. Okay, easy enough to get to. I missed, it's a tiny, teeny tiny little green sticker here. It goes on the top of the thigh. Right there. Okay. Other than that, I get everything. 21, 22, 44. 21, 22, 44, good. All right, so we're good on that, but what's the problem with these parts? Where are these ones left over? I think I just mistakenly cut them out, put them here, and they're not actually meant to be here. This would be, yeah, that shouldn't be here. It's from the R runner. That is actually a different part. So yeah, I think all of these, they just belong somewhere else, probably in the arms. So I'm just gonna stick these to the side then for now. So one leg done, let's go ahead and start up on the other leg then. I think most of the construction is the same. And it's just mirrored for a couple of parts. Any in-era kit that comes out, I'm buying it, no question. Well, there you go. Yeah, I think you guys, especially if you built the Fenrir, which is like, I mean, if you had skipped the Fenrir maybe, and like it's been a little while since you've built an in-era kit, then I could see then maybe you're curious about, you know, how's the quality, has there been any changes for the better, for the worse, whatever, I understand. But I think that at this point you kind of have a good idea of what to expect with these for the most part. So just going to go ahead and separate out ahead of time those parts that we figured out don't belong here. All right. Nice. I haven't tried any in-era kit yet, but this design is probably going to change that. Yeah. I definitely like the design of this one more so than the Fenrir for sure. And then can't even remember what was the one they had out before the Fenrir. What was that? Like red and black one, wasn't it? I can't think of the name of off the top of my head. It's escaping me at the moment. But yeah, just I agree. This one also I find personally I like the look of this one as well. More so. Okay, not sure about that. Just looking for a couple of parts that I know I can kind of put together right away, but I won't spend too much time on that. We'll just go ahead and move on here. As we get right into it, we're kind of back to the start once again here. But as is always the case, the second limb always goes faster. The design is giving me Gaia gear. Yeah, it's I'm not sure myself exactly what it reminds me of. I thought that the chest reminds me a bit of like Armored Core, with it having a kind of very, it's kind of like long and flat kind of torso chest kind of section. So I don't know, for that reason kind of reminded me a bit of Armored Core. Seems like it's the type of chest parts that I would see from like an Armored Core design. Got some parts hiding up here. just saw it. Like that. Part here. Shorty part. Those ones are going to go for a different part later on. Got that. This claw. Oh, not there. It's the wrong. Get off there. There. So one thing about this, I'm definitely a little nervous for when it's going to come time to transform this, just for how complex it is and like how just like everything moves. Usually on kits where everything moves, that means it's a lot of parts to move. And so when you're doing the transformation, it's a lot that you're trying to get positioned just right, and then there's a lot also that just basically when you're then transforming it back, it's a lot to try to get back right into the right position, and I don't know. A lot of moving parts isn't always necessarily a good thing. Where's our toe bit? There's that. And the toe section should be something like that. There it is. Oh, and let's not miss anything along the way. Is that not going together? There's something blocking that. These parts here, that part it's not wanting to go together. Likely the reason is that there's a piece of nub stuck in there, is going to be my guess, but let's see. Let's open it up and find out. See if I'm right. Place your bets. Is it a piece of nub or what? Let's see. I don't know what else really it could be. I'm kind of putting it all on nub, but there's something getting in the way of those parts fitting together. I don't see anything. Could have been that there was, and now it's gone. It fell out in the process of taking that apart. Or it's just that I just didn't have a part like squeezed in all the way. Seems like that could also have been the issue, but okay, then there is, I know, there's a sticker on the underside of the foot. I'm gonna get that here in just a second. And on the sides of the foot, so I'm just kind of skipping over a bit here, because I do recall where these armor pieces go here on the foot, so we can just kind of go ahead and put these on now. Here, 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 and on the top of the foot here. Now the question is, if I can remember which ones go where. So on the bottom of the foot, I know it's this one here. That's easy. On the top of the foot, it was this one, 15, this tiny little red one here. Come on. Ugh, sometimes can be hard because this is like plastic. It Can be hard to bend that to get the sticker up off the sticker sheet sometimes. That. Like this one too. I think that's not the right side. That. Bend. Comparing the feet here. Did I miss anything? Don't think so. I think that's all. I think we're good. The foot is done. Basically. Nemesis, are you planning on doing any custom job right now? If yes, what is in your mind for your next project? Yeah, there's, I mean, funny you should ask. There's a lot of custom projects always in the works. Actually, though, the one I talked about last time, I think on like the last stream, the same question was asked, and the answer is still the same. I've got a 30 minutes missions little custom project that I'm working on as just a paint test project, and I've still yet to finish that. This kit arrived. Not that it was solely the fault of this kit arriving. Just been busy working on, you know, a little of this, a little of that. Let's see. Here. Now this is the part I missed the first time around. Let's not have that happen again. Squeezed very well. Oh. Okay. Wow, you fast. You just posted an unboxing just a while ago. How long did it take you to clean off the nub? So, yeah, Shank Shackers. I was talking about this earlier, but yeah, basically, there before this live stream started, there's already probably about 13 hours of work. And on this, I pretty much worked on it all day yesterday, getting it ready for the live build. So, yeah, the unboxing was recorded on Tuesday, and then uploaded yesterday, which was Wednesday, if you guys will recall. And in the meantime, between there is when what's going on with that? The meantime is when the magic happens. Is when all the preparation is going on. So, yep. Ooh, get through there, will you? That's why. But yeah, it was. I mean, it is. It's a lot of parts. That's for sure. That is very true. Mm-hmm. Wait a minute, that was right. I built a few motor nuclear kits recently, and I really enjoyed them, especially the Jihu. Nice. Yeah, those are nice kits. I agree. Let's see. I want to match the teal. I painted portions of the display base for my infinite dimension Genesis, so its secondary color contrasts with the primary color of the machine and base plate. Like I said, it's been a long couple of days. Excuse my yawning. But finally going to maybe, hopefully, probably see the Odyssey on Saturday. You guys seen it? What do you think? Seems like most everyone's pretty positive about it. I don't know what it is. Although I have theories, but I gotta tell you guys, I'm not. I mean, like, I'm looking forward to seeing it just because I just enjoy going to the movie theater to watch. I was gonna say just about anything, and not exactly anything, but anyway, I enjoy going to the movie theater. But I gotta tell you, I'm not like necessarily all that pumped about the Odyssey. I mean, just I think I know it'll be good, so I think maybe that's kind of part of the reason why. It's kind of like because I know it's gonna be good. I don't know. It's if there was any question in my mind about whether it was going to be good or bad, it's not like it would be more exciting. But I don't know. I just feel like I know what to expect. You know what I mean? Even though I'm not that familiar with the story, I've not yet read the book. Although I wish I could say that I have. I have the book and it's in, it's in my queue, but I've not gotten to it. But yeah, I don't know. I just like, I know Christopher Nolan's style filmmaking and just kind of what to expect, and like I know it's going to be good, but it's just kind of how I feel about. I'm not ever like excited to watch his movies personally. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense. Like, probably my favorite of his movies, of all of his movies he's made so far, is probably The Dark Knight, and I enjoy watching it from time to time. But like when I want to just like put on a movie, and if like we're just sitting down and like if it's my wife and I want to hang out and like put on a movie just to kind of hang out, it's not one like Christopher Nolan's films are usually not one that I would choose. Like if I wanted to watch like a superhero movie like that, which The Dark Knight. That's one of the great things about The Dark Knight is that it's a superhero movie, but it really just kind of blurs the lines a bit from being just like kind of like a crime drama, right? But I don't know. If I wanted to watch like a space science fiction movie like Interstellar, there's other movies that I would prefer to watch again for like the third, fourth, fifth time over watching Interstellar again, kind of thing. And so I feel that way about the Odyssey. Like I kind of already know it's going to be good, and like it's going to be fun to watch. But then after that, I mean, like I don't know, you know, I doubt I'm gonna go home and be like thinking about it for a long time, kind of thing. So no, it's not necessarily that I feel pessimistic about it, but apathetic maybe. But either way, I mean, I think it's one of those that it's definitely one to see in the theater. So for that reason, I'm looking forward to seeing it in the theater. But that's my it's kind of my thoughts going into it. Not that I think like I don't feel like worried that I'm going into it pessimistic or anything like that. But yeah, it'll be fun to see the theater. And basically there's added incentive of which, and this is one thing that I am a little bit confused about. One of the for me, definitely one of the main reasons for wanting to go see in the theater is, as you might guess, the fact that you get the Dune kind of extended preview kind of thing, right? Don't you? With seeing it at IMAX. But this is one thing, maybe David, I feel like you would know about this. Uh, maybe, or someone there in the chat. If seeing the Odyssey at IMAX, you have like that different or like extended Dune trailer, or is that only at like the 70 millimeter IMAX? It's not all IMAX. It's only at certain IMAX screenings, I believe, is correct. So, like one of the things that I'm like looking forward to is seeing that Dune trailer. I'm not gonna be watching the Odyssey on 70 millimeter IMAX, so I don't think I'll be able to see it actually. So tell me if I'm wrong about that. So we're just going to just like a standard IMAX, I guess it would be. There's the one here in Daytona. You have arrived. Welcome. I think I missed that again. Yes, I did. Fortunately, it's an easy part to get out of there. And this part has definitely been the trickiest part of the build so far, trying to line up these pegs. There we go. Okay. Just a little bit of a trick to it. What are you building, Azo Windam? If you check the title of the stream, that will, if you can believe it, reveal the name of the kit that I'm building. It is the Azure Falcon from Inera. And yes, if you're thinking, well, I didn't know that kit was out yet, it's not. This is an early release copy. So just to kind of catch you up, if you're not hip to what's going on, the unboxing video was posted yesterday over on my channel. You can check that out. And there's been a couple of other posts. Let's see. It's only at the 70 millimeter showings. Oh, yeah, big sad. So it would require a trip to Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, that's not happening. The 70 millimeter showings of Dune are already sold out for December. Yeah, I know. Don't remind me. Very unhappy about that. And my assumption was, after I saw that those are already sold out, after seeing that, I thought, well, since they sold out so fast and it seems like there's just so much hype around it, maybe they're gonna extend it and open up more screen times in the future. So like I signed up for like the mail list or whatever for that to get notifications if it does. I'm hopeful that it might, but I'm not really holding my breath either, so we'll see. Fingers crossed. I think there's a couple of other stickers I need to put on here. I mean, I will be happy if I just get just the regular, just the standard Dune 3 trailer at IMAX will be awesome to see, even if it's not the extended 70 millimeter exclusive one. So, I mean, there's that, I guess. No 70 millimeter close to me, just regular full IMAX. Yeah, same. F's in the chat for us. Wasn't there a couple of other stickers? Yeah, those green ones. Where are they? What number is that? Oh, 22. So yeah, it's been ages since I've seen anything at the IMAX, though. I can't even remember the last time I've been to an IMAX theater, so it's been a while. When I was living in Korea, there was not an IMAX theater near me. Well, let's see. I did see something at IMAX there. What was that? Maybe it was Interstellar. I don't remember. But see, no, that's not right. Yeah, there was not an IMAX theater near me in Korea. There was one about an hour, just under an hour away. But yeah, we never really went. And then here in the U.S., I mean, number one, it's expensive. It's even more expensive than just the regular theater, which is expensive. No, I mean just like a regular, yeah, maybe. Um, but there just really hasn't been anything that I've been like really that jazzed to go to the theater, especially the IMAX, to go see, I guess. But the Odyssey makes sense, and then Dune for sure. I'll be seeing at the IMAX, and my plan is to see it more than once in a theater. Probably not more than once at IMAX necessarily, but definitely once in the IMAX, and then probably again at just like a standard theater or something. Alright. Hello, that's not right. Where's the part? Oh, that's for the right side. Okay, so I should make sure to flip this around. We're doing this side here. That's not it either. That's not it at all. I saw Interstellar at Mosey's Dome IMAX. I don't know what that is, but I'm guessing it's some kind of special theater. Mistake. Those seats were made for less than 1 hour documentaries, not a 2+ hour feature film. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah. Sometimes it's a little too much experience. I hear ya. All right. Almost done with the legs. and then I think we'll move on to the body, which is next. It's not like skipping anything to go to the body next. That is the natural flow. I'm not missing any stickers, right? Oh, there is a sticker that goes on this part here. We'll get to that in just a second. It's right on this next step. Whew. Ah. Uh-huh. Okay. All right. Now it's like that. It's like this. Bend that back. This goes on the front of here. That. This goes on the back. Hey. There we go. This goes on the top. That goes on the side. There's a whole other little bit of construction there with that. Oh, wait a second, because I don't remember where that goes. On the side there, kind of. Something like that. Not on the foot, that's for sure. So I'll go ahead and stick that on there. Goes on that part on the top. And then that sticker, oh, there's a sticker on the front of there too. Let's not forget that. Right here. What I would also love to see is I think I saw something about this. Oh, actually two different like indie Japanese films that I saw were having like anniversary screenings. One was The Taste of Tea. It's having like an anniversary screening at where was that? I think Chicago. If any of you guys are in like the Chicago area, definitely check that. Actually, I think you already missed it. That was earlier in the summer. But there was that I saw that I would have loved to have gone to. I'd love to see that in the theater. That's the left side. Okay. And A Taste of Tea. And then I think I think it was in like Seattle or something like that, or Portland maybe. There was going to be a screening of, I think it was All About Lily Shushu. Or no, it wasn't that. I was looking at that because it came up in something else. Maybe it's just The Taste of Tea was the only one that I saw recently. Maybe I'm mistaken. But that would have been awesome to see at the theater. Taste of Tea is a favorite of my wife and I. If you guys have never seen it, please check it out. It is, let's see, actually I think currently it's not streaming on anywhere or anything. So we were having to look up, and you could try just like downloading it or just buy the DVD or something, or like just buy whatever on Amazon. It's worth it. If it's like a $3.99 to rent it or whatever, something like that, it's definitely worth it. The Taste of Tea. The director Mamoru Oshii, if I remember correctly, is the director. There's our second leg, all done. There you go. Very cool. So yeah, these parts like here on the side will kind of open up there like that, I guess, kind of out the back. Yeah, there's going to be all sorts of moving parts and bits and stuff, especially for the transformation. And I don't think I missed any stickers, so I think we're all good so far. There's that. On to the body. All right. Definitely add it to your list, David. It's great. The Taste of Tea. And All About Lily Shushu. All About Lily Shushu, though, is one of those... I would compare it to something like Requiem for a Dream. Not exactly in the same way, but the kind of movie that... It's a very well-made movie, great movie. Just like... Yeah, objectively... Great movie, but not exactly the kind of movie that like you want to watch. Not a feel-good movie by any means. Not one that you want to watch like just when you're wanting to just kind of relax. The Taste of Tea is. Taste of Tea is the kind of movie that you can watch anytime. Very, very good. Very much inspired by the much older Japanese films of Ozu. If you guys are at all familiar, like late spring, early summer, those movies. But like kind of a modern take like that. Requiem is great, but who's the director? I'm suddenly drawing a blank. Also made like Black Swan and The Fountain. And what else has he made recently? I keep thinking Clint Mansell. Clint Mansell did the soundtrack. What's his name? The director, you guys know who I'm talking about. Anyway. Great director. I love The Fountain. The Fountain is one that I will I will stand by. I think it's very misunderstood, and a lot of it gets unnecessarily criticized a lot, I think. But I think it's one of those. The Fountain is one, and another one is Cloud Atlas. Another one that I feel uh, just gets a bad rap because it's misunderstood. Am I having fun with the kit? Yeah, it's definitely a very cool kit so far. Very complex. I mean, I am trying to. I mean, I feel like you guys will have more fun with it than I am having, just because I'm live building it. I'm trying to move through it like at like a somewhat swift pace. You guys, if you're able to, just kind of take more time with it, to have a bit more of a leisurely build, will probably enjoy it even more so. But I am enjoying it. Like, I'm imagining this would probably be even more fun if I just, like, was chilling at home with a beer and a movie on. Speaking of movies, just because we're talking all this movie stuff. Where's this go, though, is my question. Oh, okay. Taste of tea or teeth? Taste of tea, as in, like, green tea? Cha? The Japanese title is Cha no Aji. And there is actually another. Actually, there's an speaking of Ozu, there is an Ozu film called The Taste of Green Tea, which is the movie is like a play off that, just because it's very obviously inspired by Ozu. But yes, The Taste of Tea. It's got Tadanobu Asano, who you guys might know from a lot of different movies. He was probably most recently and most famously one of Thor's like fighting buddies in the Thor series, the Japanese one. He's in it. Oh, very interesting. What is that? Quite the interesting construction process on this thing. Oh, sticker check. Make sure I'm not missing anything. So far, so good. Gotcha. Because there's a horror of it. Is The Taste of Teeth is a horror movie? I mean, it sounds like it. You big fan of Asian films? Yes, I. So if you're not aware, actually my university degree is in filmmaking, and I had a kind of my focus was on East Asian independent filmmaking. So yeah, I haven't necessarily kept up with a lot of it since then, but especially if it's like stuff from the 2000s, that's my bag. That's where I have a lot of. I don't know if I would necessarily say know-how, but anyway, a lot of the stuff that I am very fond of is from kind of that period. Seem to have already seen Old Boy. Yeah. Yeah, I like Old Boy. I actually, I like Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance more than Old Boy. I know it's kind of blasphemous, but yeah, which is the first of the Vengeance trilogy. Old Boy is the second. Lady Vengeance is the third. Interesting. And yeah, Sympathy. If you've not seen Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance, definitely check that one out. It came out before Old Boy. I like it a lot. It's another one though, like what I was just saying a minute ago about um, Requiem for a Dream. Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance is like that too, where it's like it's a great movie, but it's not the kind of movie that you want to watch just for fun. It's dark. Um, yeah, that's kind of the deal with those. Oh, these are different. Okay, let's see. It's gonna be tricky. These pistons are ever so slightly different, the left and the right side, for whatever godforsaken reason. Oof. Get on there. Yeah. Add it to the list. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. You're welcome. Yeah, you'll like it. Taste of Tea is great. Another one of my absolute favorites, which is like indie, I guess, uh, is Bright Future. Bright Future is like one of my favorites from that kind of genre of very very indie East Asian films. It's also Japanese. Bright Future is really, really good. That also has Tadanobu Asano and Oragiri Joe. Very, very good. I've not watched that for a long time. I should watch it again. It's been a long while. Oof. This is gonna be hard. I have to get this tiny little part onto there, and I think it's gonna be kind of difficult to do so. Bright Future was great. Okay, you've seen it? Good. Yes. Not many people have, I feel like. It's especially because now it's old. I think it came out in 2001, 2002, 2004 at the latest around there. I think it's closer to 2001 maybe. But yeah, so not only is it very indie, it's also, I wouldn't say it's old by any means, but it's definitely, older than other stuff now at this point. Oh, the second one was much easier to get into place. I feel like any mid torso section mecha build now, people are just gonna like default to say like, oh, it's like the Barbatos, or oh, it's like IBO style. But yes, it's like IBO style. This is our midsection here. Chat and Zach, would you like if they made Gurren Lagann kits that can actually be nested into each other like in the show? I've never really been into Gurren Lagann, so it's not anything that I would really be all that interested in. I mean, I always enjoy new kits in general. So I mean, I would be interested in it to a degree, but not all that particularly much. I mean, there's a lot of other things that I would prefer. That's not it. This or this, so that means it is here. Another one I will will say, which was another one of my favorites, is Nobody Knows. I feel like Nobody Knows, that's a Koreeda film. That one's definitely probably more pretty well known, I feel like. So if you've seen Bright Future, like any of those, Tokyo Sonata is another really good one too. Slightly newer. But then you've probably seen Nobody Knows as well. That's a really, really good one. Dark, kind of, but not like not terribly dark. Just fairly dark. It's like a dark ending, kind of. It's kind of dark all throughout. But anyway, yeah, Nobody Knows is good. There's another one too. I'm just trying to remember because like a lot of these I haven't seen for a long time. There's another one that also had Tadanobu Asano, where he was in like Thailand. Like it takes place in Thailand, but like the movie's in a mix of like Japanese and Thai, because he's there and he's like involved with like the mafia, like the yakuza. It's like there, something like that. It's been ages since I've watched that movie. No, I can't think of the name. What was that? That was a really good one too. It was really cool. He was like the man of being in all the best like Japanese indie movies back in the day. Asano was. I pre-ordered this. I want to finish the stream, but unfortunately I have to have some shenanigans to do. Yeah, you're welcome. You'll enjoy the kit, and you can come back and check out some more of the stream later if you would like to. Oh. C21, and the other one is gonna be what? Let's see. Where's the other one? Am I supposed to be doing this times two? No. But where's the other side? Oh, there is another side. There's just one of these, right? Yes, okay. Just goes up like that. But not exactly like that. You have to put this one here first. Into there. And then, not that. This one. Where's that go? Just noticed the kid art on your wall says, "I love you, Daddy." Yes. Where? That one? The rainbow one? Yeah. That's from my daughter. That's my, yes, my kid art door, basically. Is that gonna be like that or more down? I guess like that. Okay. Okay. Squish. Gonna need that. Anyway, I'd love to chat about some more like deep cut indie Asian films from the 2000s. but I have a feeling like it's probably not too many people are all that familiar with those. I do want to Google that. What's at least the one that I'm trying to think of that I can't remember. Somebody want to look into that for me? It's Tadanobu Asano, and he's in Thailand and oops. I was supposed to connect that together, and I never did that. There we go. I guess that's right. Okay. Interesting. Where was I? Okay. See, now I'm getting tripped up. Oh, and there was supposed to be a sticker there. Okay. We'll go back and get that sticker on there. Let's try to keep it focused here. So this part needs to go here. Oops. That needs to be pushed in all the rest of the way. There we go. And then there, like that. Okay. All right. I watched so many series with like 25 episodes and 1 hour per episode, and it makes me feel movies that are 2 hours are too short. I don't have enough time for the character development. Yeah, I kind of understand that. Need a permanent Gundam base in Orlando or Tampa. Yeah, it would. Yeah, the new Gundam base announcements for what is it? Minneapolis and Seattle, right? Odd choices. I mean, Seattle maybe for something on the West Coast, but you would think like around like LA, somewhere around there would make sense. And then, and then like later on, maybe they want like a northwest, then Seattle. Maybe I could see, but Minneapolis is odd just because it's not. I know Minneapolis is not that near Chicago, but they already kind of have the center of the country, Midwest, kind of covered there with Chicago. I mean, I don't really know what additional advantage there is to then also having Minneapolis in there. But all right, I'm gonna search this because it's just gonna bother me. Oh yeah, Tadanobu Asano was also in Battleship. All right, let's go back. 2015, no, it was definitely earlier, much earlier. Mongol, Hana, definitely before that. Invisible Waves, I think that was it. Yes, I think that was it, right? Invisible Waves. Oh, no. Yeah, it was this. Last Life in the Universe. Yes, this movie. Really, really nice. Yeah, I need to watch this again. It was good. It's a good one. I like it. Here you go. Oh. Last Life in the Universe. Check it out. Okay. Got that little tiny clear piece to go in the chest, and I'm gonna have to come back for that sticker. Some of these clear pieces I left some of the nub on just so that they wouldn't get lost. And this one goes... Oh, whoa, hold on. Sticker first. That's what these stickers are for, remember? Sticker B. Oh, and these are lettered instead of numbered so that you can't mix them up. And why is it like that? So we put on that mirror finish sticker first. Do I need to clean up the nub on this? Oof, probably not. I think the nipper got it pretty good, but let's see. Get in there. This clear part is not wanting to go in. There we go. No, behave. No, it's still not in there, right? There we go. Okay. All right, got it. It's weird, like when you have a part that's, imagine it's like this, like L-shaped, and then it like this part has to like fit into a slot. But when you push it, it's wanting to like push like that. You have to like push pressure only on the one side where it slots in, but just like it's such a small part, it's impossible to like press only on one side. Very tricky. Okay, but we got it. Anyway, stickers here. This one is sticker 35. Wait. Wait. And 36. Definitely gonna have to double check because I feel like probably missed a sticker or two here on the torso somewhere along the way. We shall see. Okay, this one here. Went to US Gundam store the other day. The chick got a bit annoyed with my barrage of questions. Well, I mean, sometimes can be a lot of questions, and also depends on like the type of questions. I mean, because that'd be Maddie there in the storefront, and she knows a little bit about like this and that, Gunpla in general and stuff. But I mean, as you guys may have seen in the recent short, I mean, asking the staff about like what they thought about the new Gundam series. As you might have seen there, for some of the staff here, I mean, they're not particularly Gundam fans, and it's just a job. So this, I think, is like the cockpit hatch. Not entirely sure. We'll find out when we turn the page. There we go. Gunpla isn't just a job, it's a way of life. Yeah, you'd think so. I don't know, the thing for me, and I don't know if this is like, it's not ever, I don't think, gonna be something that I'm gonna want to like actually make like a full length video on necessarily addressing it, although I've thought about it, because I think it's just kind of murky territory and is a little likely to just like make people upset. But um, it is like the politics of Gundam as a series. Like over the years, I've seen this. People talk about what are the political undertones of the series, like kind of what's the message behind different series. That's pretty cool how that blue part here, you can see on the inside, then like pops out through to the top there, and that's that clear part we stuck on just a minute ago. But yeah, people talk about, I feel like, especially, I don't know, maybe not, but I kind of get the sense that in more recent years, like people, I think just because a lot more people are just kind of tuned into politics in general in recent years than they were like, you know, 15 years ago. But um, there's, yeah, I don't know, just people talk about like, what's Gundam really about? And I don't know. Yeah, there are like undertones and themes and you know stuff like that in Gundam, but also, I mean, like it's just an anime. It's just like a anime to sell model kits. I mean, there is such a thing as just kind of reading too much. I don't know if it's reading too much into it, or I don't know. It's kind of getting a little in the weeds as far as like what it's really all about. I feel like maybe that's kind of one of those things. Like if you're really, this is one of the reasons why I don't want to make a video about this, because it takes it would take too much for me to actually like think out like cohesively what I really want to say about this, much more so than it's really worth for me to do that. So I mean, I think just like if you're spending that much time thinking this deeply about Gundam, then I think like that is a that's a privilege that I do not have. I don't have I don't have that in me. Now we're supposed to attach this on here and then what? Open this part down? Oh. Like that? How much? Whoop, not that much. Growing up is a pain. Yeah, I don't know. I don't necessarily think it's like a grown-up thing. I think, I don't know. It's just, I just have a lot of other things to worry about than, yeah, like political undertones of an anime series. You know what I mean? And I think I got that wrong. I think I have these parts switched. They are slightly different. There we go. The Gundam Seed turned the word Gundam into an acronym for the OS. Yeah, that was pretty funny. They need to make a Gundam series explaining why the chin is a different color than the rest of the face. I would like to see that. Victory Gundam's first episode has them firebomb all the capitalists. Yeah. If you summarize the major theme of most Gundam, is just about communication. The entire new type question is about human communication. Yeah, I mean, like, there's all that kind of stuff that, like, it's great. But, like, I don't know. I can watch it and enjoy that, but it's like then going on to discuss and debate these kind of things, like it just that's where I kind of have less interest in it. I mean, like, I think just because a lot of it just kind of seems to me that it's obvious enough that a lot of this discussion is just kind of like stating the obvious. Like, yeah, if you didn't pick up on that, like, whilst watching the show, then I think then, I don't know. That's why, I don't know, there's that whole meme, that the wow cool robots meme with, like, the Gundam where it's like shooting, it's like crudely drawn illustration where it's like all like war and all this stuff, and then just like the wow cool robots like shooting over that kind of thing. That meme, you know what I'm talking about? It's either, yeah, you're enjoying it for just the cool robots and just really not paying attention to the themes and all that, or you're paying enough attention while watching it to notice the themes, and then, yeah, it's like, okay. I think, I don't know. Like I said, I just don't care enough to come up with a more well thought out way to describe my feelings on the subject. But maybe at some point I will, and then I'll make a video about it. Maybe. No promises. Okay. One thing you might have noticed is that in building the torso section, we're building the torso section and the waist at the same time. It's all kind of one part of the build. They don't separate the waist as a separate part. Let me scan this page here for stickers, as I'm feeling like we're really not using a whole lot of stickers for this section of the build. Well, there's just one last little step here. Let me just finish this last little bit, and then we'll go back and double check. The rest of these parts are going to be going on for, like, the armor section of this section. I also agree that the message is obvious enough. Yes. Yes. It's obvious enough that if you care about that while watching it, you'll get it, and that's a part of what you'll enjoy about the series. And if you don't care about that, you'll still probably at least notice it, or you should. And if not, it's kind of like, it's similar to the whole 35, let's see, 35, 36, I think we used, right? Here's, I think, maybe the best way to describe it, of what I'm trying to say about this. It's similar to the whole difference of whether you're like a SNEP builder or a painter in that, or like a customizer or whatever. Even just like saying painter sounds icky. I don't really like it. Doesn't sound stupid. But whether you like to just snap build your models, or even whether you just like to just collect and you hardly ever build and you have a huge massive backlog, all of those things are perfectly fine, because it's your time, it's your money, however you want to use that to do whatever you want. I really couldn't care less. And there's not any one way that's correct. And I feel the same way, I think, when it comes to analyzing the deeper themes of anime, including Gundam. You can if you want, or if you just want to watch it and enjoy it, that's perfectly fine too. There's no wrong way. Although I could be putting this part on wrong, because I feel like I am. I feel like I have these switched. For some reason or do I? Or are they just backwards? The manual kind of shows the way, but I find it to be a little confusing. I swear this goes like that. That's right, but for some reason it's not getting on there. It can't be right. It must be backwards. Let's try it and find out. Nope. Definitely is the other way. But I think I just have it wrong. Let's see. It should be. God dang. I only like those mech designs of G-Reco. Art in G-Reco is so good. Yes. Yeah, for sure. That's one. I still need to go back and watch that. I mean, despite what everyone says about it, I would still like to finish, like basically restart, because I watched like the first few episodes of Reconquista and G. So I just need to basically kind of like restart and watch it from the beginning again, because I mean, no matter what people say about the story, I definitely can really appreciate just like the art style, the animation style. It's kind of the animation more so than like the art. I mean, the art style, I guess, is, they kind of go hand in hand, I suppose, right? Yeah, it took me a second to figure out how these parts fit on here, because the animation, or the, no, I'm talking about animation. The illustration in the manual, not very clear for these parts. But after a little bit of guess and test, we're making it work here. There we go. On the chest. No. Don't fold up. You're supposed to be folded down. Not that far down. I keep pulling that out too far. Ooh, get in there. Damn. So the guy who designed this mech is Laz91214, also the designer of Hexagear Velosh. Is that the guy? I was mentioning this earlier. I don't know if you were here when I mentioned this, but I said I'd seen on Twitter somebody posting about this, saying that he'd already spent 2 days working on it and only had like the inner frame all built up. Was that him that posted this, the designer? I was not sure about that. Should we sticker 23? Let's see. This is going to be tricky now. Maybe. Maybe not. Ooh. Very satisfying click there. Very satisfying. Yeah, kind of surprised there hasn't been more stickers on this section of the build. So far, anyway. It's really only a couple on like the whole torso and waist section. It's here, right? Yes. That. I'm excited to build these Inera kits. They're so clean. Yes. This one's particularly clean, isn't it? That white with like the minty green and gold accents that it's got and everything. Again, I have this part here that I missed. Fortunately, I think I can get this on without any issue. That's lucky. Would have hated to have had to pull that chest part off and put that back on again. All right. Come on, Lucky Bicky. Yes. Is that thunder? Oh my. Kind of wimpy little side skirts that it's got here. Just these tiny little things here that go on the side skirt, or kind of like that. And that's our torso and waist section all done. Shiny. Let's put the legs on. Ooh, ooh. It's pretty big. We'll say that. Ooh. Always a bit of a trick. Make sure the legs are pushed on all the way. Love them high heel shoes. Ooh, come on. Get that stance just right. Okay, we'll have to make some adjustments, I think, but pretty much got it there. Let's zoom out. We're not done, obviously, but just to give you guys a look so far I like it. I'm liking it a lot. Definitely. Yes. I like, yeah, I mean the torso, I mean just like these front chest vents, this kind of like very flat and like long, like front to back torso section just definitely reminds me of like Armored Core. The legs are definitely more not Armored Core. The legs, I don't think so. Just in terms of the design. But nice proportions. He's got the thick thighs, the high heels. Very nice. Much appreciated, actually. Let's do the head next, shall we? We'll save the arms for later, because that's not going to be any fun. Where are we on time so far? Oh, pretty good. Okay. Maybe we should do an arm, but let's at least do the head here. Where is it? I know it's a smaller part. Where is it? Did I skip it already? No, that's the shoulder section. That's the torso section of the frame. That's the legs. There is a just like with the rest of the body, there's a section for building like just the frame of the head. Oh, here it is. And then for like adding the armor, which is kind of silly, but there is a whole section of just frame for the head. And I'm probably going to want to zoom in for this part. It's got really small parts. Very IBO adjacent. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. I know you're joking about the comparison, as I had joked about just a minute ago, but it is true. I mean, there are obviously those familiar IBO flavors that people are gonna notice about this design. Yes, absolutely. The pistons. It's got an IBO style design. All right. Now we have two different options for the eyes, clear or metallic blue. In the box art, they look metallic, they look kind of like bluish in the art here. So that's what I'm going to use. There is a sticker for the clear part if that is what you want to use, which should help. I mean, putting the sticker on the clear purple part will definitely help to channel that light a bit. And the question is, does the sticker go on the top or the bottom? I can't really tell. I think it goes on the bottom. And there's a nub here. On the blue part as well. I'm going to have to cut off here real quick. Does the sticker go on the bottom? I think so. I'm not going to use this part anyway, so putting the sticker on here is not really, doesn't really matter for anything. But having that sticker on there, it might help to channel the light a bit, but really, let's see, there's not going to be another sticker. We're going to use this part for the eyes. Just like with the SNA kits, I find that the like metallic parts just they're just brighter than using the clear parts, because a lot of the SNA kits also have like clear parts for the eyes. A lot of options, like a clear part or a metallic part like this. And yeah, I just find the metallic parts are just, they're usually gold. They just look nicer. So for this, we've got that. Then it's gonna go on here. The head, just like I was saying with the body, though, definitely has a kind of Armored Core style to it, I think. Sticker 17. Oh my. Why is there two of these? Oh, it's so tiny. Where does this go? Oof, right there. Oof, too small. But yeah, this one, okay. I definitely want to show you up close. Let me get to the right page here. The finishing stages for the arm, or for the head. Then maybe we'll do the cockpit after that. Okay. I want to be able to show it up close here. So that's what the head looks like there. And then, yeah, alternatively, you have that clear purple part for the eyes if you want. But I just think the blue part's just going to show up that much brighter. Here's a nice close-up look at one of those metallic navy parts there too that I really like. I really like the color of that. There aren't many of them. And this part's pretty wild too. This just being one single part here for like the whole front of like the face. That's pretty cool. Just gonna go fit over the front of there like that. No seams. And then this part for like the chin. And like that. Look at that. Lovely. I like it. This one on the top. This armor here on the side. I'm doing my best to try to stay in frame here for you guys to show you, keep it nice and close up so you can appreciate all the nice details here on the head in particular. And the kit's had a lot of great details throughout, but in particular here on the head, it does look sharp. And it's even got this like spoiler part here at the back. It's pretty cool. And yeah, no more stickers for this part, but yeah, it's got that there like that, and little antenna as well even there. So yeah, with like the shape and like even having the antenna on the head and everything, you can see what I mean, how it definitely feels very Armored Core. This part here on the back will move like that. So yeah, very cool. Okay, so I think before we go to arms, there you go. Before we go to the arms, let's do the cockpit next. The cockpit is basically like the center part of the backpack. And that's where obviously the pilot is in. Our pilot, which is definitely not 1/100 scale, unless he's a giant. That's some really nice detail in this section as well, especially like this like control panel part, which we're gonna have little stickers and stuff for. Like, look at this here. Right, that's gonna be really cool. Got some stickers for that as well. This is this part. Okay. For this, let's see. This part here. Where's that? Missing something. There's our seat. And pilot goes in. I did glue a couple of parts of the pilot. The pilot's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces. Did actually glue a couple parts. You kind of don't really have to actually, but just to be safe, I did. Okay, so these stickers going to be 25 for the center panel. Yes, it's big. if it's really supposed to be 1/100 scale. I don't think that I have a 160 scale pilot figure around. Well, I do. Not here at my desk, in my drawer over there. I've got a little baggie with all the leftover little Gundam pilot figure parts. I do have a 160 scale one I can whip out. Oops, I want to do not that. This and this. Show you guys how that looks with the screens on there. It's very cool. And then that is what, just going to go into place like that. And in the cockpit there, like so. That's pretty awesome. Yes. I'm gonna stay zoomed in for just a second. If you guys can bear it. I think. So I realize I'm still zoomed in. Just bear with me a moment. So I want to be able to show you guys how this is going to look. Okay, hang on. I think that's it for this section. We can close that up. Like that. All right. When are we going to add those other pieces is what I'm wondering. There's a couple of other parts here. I know I'm still zoomed in, I know. That's folded back. Here's the canopy. This is basically what I was wanting to wait and show you with the canopy closed up, how that looks like that inside there. And eventually, must be on the next page. Oh, it's how it's going to be connected onto the back. So, okay, this looks interesting. These parts, kind of good that we didn't put the arms on yet. So these parts on the back need to open out like that. These parts slide back and then turn out, slide back, turn out like that. Then it's gonna attach to here. And cockpit is upside down. Onto here. You can kind of see how, see some kind of hints as to how some of the transformation is going to work. Based on this section here, that part's going to fold back to be like the top of it. But as it is now, that's going to fold in like that. Okay. And then those little tabs that fold here in the back need to fold in to there. This is one thing that I'm kind of worried about. And then it's kind of easy enough. Once you fold it in, and then when you push this part back in, it kind of pushes that pin kind of into place and locks that into place there like that. It's one of the things that I'm worried about with this build. With it transforming just means that there's a lot of little moving parts and stuff. I don't feel like worried that like something's gonna break, but it's just a lot of little bits that you really have to kind of pay attention to. So it's just gonna be a arduous process of transforming it basically. But I mean, it is looking really cool. I love that the cockpit there on the back like that. It's pretty awesome. All right, so now let's put an arm together, and then we'll see what else we can get to after that. We might build one of the arms and then maybe call it a day on the stream. It's already been 2 hours, 20 minutes so far. I think building one arm will probably get us pretty close to 3 hours, and that might be kind of enough. Code Geass style cockpit, yeah. And I think that... Oh no, that's not the right part. Where are we? Arm frame. Not frame arm. It's not here. Or there. Or there. There goes the camera battery. I'll get it just a moment. Let me just get the rest of these parts out here. Yeah, the fingers are pretty cool, which I did already pre-assemble a couple of the parts of the fingers just because they were like really small little parts, and I just didn't want to be messing with it whilst trying to do it live. Just a second. There's a lot of little parts here in the arms in particular. Okay. I might actually follow the camera's lead while taking a break there. I might take a short break for a minute too. What's up to all in the chat? What's up, K10Mo? You've missed most of the build so far. Well, a lot of it so far. Okay, arm. So we're gonna use... It's actually built like the shoulder section and the arm is actually two different. It's kind of interesting that they didn't separate the waist and the chest. They just kind of put that all together. But they did separate the shoulder and the arm. Interesting. Why would they do that? I don't know. Again, I'm just going to move some of the big armor pieces out of the side, off to the side for the moment. Okay, just to make our life a little bit easier. That. Oh, interesting. Okay, so here's one of this tiny little silver part. Okay, so I do have this here. I was worried that I'd missed this part, and I did miss cutting the nub on it. I think I did miss it the first time around, though. There should be another great part that this fits into. Oh yeah, so here's the fingers while I'm thinking about it. So the fingers are all like fully articulated fingers, and the tips are all in that metallic blue, which is pretty cool, I will say. You guys know I prefer the fixed pose hands, but the fact that these are fully articulated means that they can give us those as like separate parts, which they could have made it as separate parts even on like fixed pose hands. We've seen that before. I don't remember on what exactly. There was some kit that had that. Well, wasn't it like the PG Gundam? The PG Arc 78 Unleashed had that, I think it was. Like the separate parts. No, that was separate parts for like the inside of the hand. Like the silver on the inside. Anyway, they could have done something like that, but whatever. It's pretty cool. Okay, so we're doing like a few different like sub-assemblies here, obviously, before getting into some more of the meat and potatoes of this section, it would seem. This being the shoulder section first. That's the other thing. It's like it's odd that you build that like they separated that part of the build, and then also the fact that well, yeah, I mean, I guess that's it. Never mind. Interesting. Oh yeah, and then also that we I don't know, just the way that it's going together. You have all these sub-assemblies first. Okay, this part here, and then this one. So this one needs to go. Man, like that. Yeah, stay in there. Okay, like that. And opposite side. Actually doing pretty good. Feeling pretty good about finding the pieces that I need straight away here. It's not easy to do, and you have them all laid out everywhere. But so far, so good. Guess I'm zoned in. And also, but should be careful not to zone in too much that I miss the stickers. Oh, there's not a lot of stickers for this section, only a couple. But I should keep that in mind, that there are a couple of them, so I can be sure not to miss them. Oof, come on now. There we go. It's like that. Then, okay. This one? Or this one? This one. And this one. So I'm meant to put that here first, and then tuck that in second. Just kind of fits in there like that. And the other silver piece. This one goes here. This one's gonna be tricky. Because this part is like, doesn't really stay in place here. As you can see, I'm kind of like juggling with it a bit. Struggling with it, you might say. Okay, there we go. No, I got it in place now. Okay, it does have like a certain position where it will fit into place. But now this is going to be another one where I kind of have to have the angle right whilst trying to put this in here. Okay. Maybe not that tricky. Nope. Spoke too soon. There we go. Like that. And okay. That actually plugs into there. Man. Okay. I will say the build is getting a bit tiring now. Not that it's like anything negative about the kit. It's just that I'm getting tired, I should say. It's a arduous build. There's a lot to build here. And trying to do it all in one sitting is definitely taking a little bit. But there wasn't one of those parts on the other side, was there? No, okay. But that part looks like this. Like that. Oh, great. Okay, we have that. Because just like this section of the build in particular, I don't know, for some reason it just seems kind of all over the place. It's like you build this sub-assembly, then put it aside, and then build this sub-assembly, and then put it aside, and now take that first sub-assembly and bring it back and put it together on this part, and then build another sub-assembly, put that aside, and then bring another sub-assembly you built back, put that on here, and it's like, that's what's, I think, tiring me out a bit with this section of the build. It's going together fine, but it's a lot. I think we got that there. Okay, all good. This, we've been talking about how, this part's kind of like Gundam IBO, and this part's kind of like Armored Core and Code Geass and whatever else. The shoulder section here really reminds me of the Murakumo kit. Is that right? I think so. Like that red. There's a red one, and there's also like a white one, actually. From what company makes that? I forget. I think is it Plum? Could be wrong about that. Can't remember. Shoot. It's not Plum, is it? It might be. Anyway, the Murakumo has like these big, thick shoulders, like this one has too. Pretty certain that Murakumo is right. I've built the red one. And it'd be cool to build the white one at some point someday. just kind of get these hand parts out of the way. This one is here. Alright. I'm getting old. This kit would take me a full week if I wanted to avoid getting a neck cramp. Yeah, there's a little bit of that too. So since there is going to be a Seattle Gundam base, there will be a Coffee Collaboration Gundam. I don't know. You know what I should have done for this? Those Murakumo kits are a bit hard to find at a decent price now. The shoulders are like the excess turn 90 degrees. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, that's a good comparison for sure. Coffee Collaboration, I don't know about that. I mean, there's so many like collaborations that you would think would make so much sense that just kind of don't happen. But I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Interesting. Get on there. Get on there. Okay. That's that. Excuse me? Oh, there was a part of this that I missed entirely. What was that? Hopefully, didn't miss anything too significant. Other half of this part is where? There, right in front of me. Come on. Oh, ow. Come on. I need you to rotate just a little bit. There we go. Get on there. Yeah, gotcha. Whew. Okay. That was tricky. Okay, that part slides up, and then that's all for the one side. Okay. Whew. So we're gonna set that aside. That's our frame for the shoulder. If you can believe it, believe it. Gonna put that aside and build the arm frame. There's a lot of these locking joints at the beginning. I mentioned about that, and then there haven't been kind of for a while. Oh, there was another sticker there. Where was that? Sticker 18. Oh, we already did sticker 18. That was on the top. Sticker 19. There we go. It's on the side. Here. There you go. Right there. Kind of not really very well focused, are we? Apologies. Okay, setting that to the side. The arm frame, this one. That's kind of tight from there. Maybe don't want to extend it out quite all the way. Oh, wait a minute. Should make sure that that's right, because the pistons are slightly different. Fortunately, that is the right one. It's kind of managed to choose the right one on accident. It's quite a lot of these metallic navy blue parts here in the arm. That's our inside of our elbow joint here. And so in here, as you can see, like this is the inside construction of that. It's pretty complex indeed, like we saw with the legs. So that's gonna go there. I think that's supposed to be like that. Okay. Phew. We're getting there. I'm surprised that Bandai has never made a KFC collaboration kit. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, as far as like brand stuff like that, I mean, what have they made? They've made curry collaboration stuff. What else? Like Hello Kitty, obviously. Miku. I mean, like anything food related. Just trying to think what else. Like 7-Eleven, just kind of generally. It's not necessarily like a food brand. Other than curry, what else have they made? Linkin Park, naturally, but I'm talking about like just food stuff. Can you think of anything else? I'm not sure I can think of anything else off the top of my head. Oh, that was supposed to be on there. What? Curry Meiji Candy Georgia coffee. Oh yeah, I suppose. What just came off? Oh no! Oh, thank God. This tiny little piece just popped off. If that would have fallen off my desk, it would have been big disaster. Big disaster, or even stayed on my desk in somewhere where it was hard to find. Could have been just as bad. Fortunately, it landed just straight down, didn't go anywhere. Okay, stickers. A couple of really teeny tiny stickers, it would seem. Because, oh my, yeah, 11 and 12, Jesus. These are so small. They're like the ones that like, really, what's even the point? It's that small. So tiny. Like, I want you to look at this. That's literally, it's probably about a millimeter. It's probably a little bit more than that, but not much. How am I even supposed to get this off of here? Get it off the sticker sheet, let alone get it onto the part where it's meant to go. We're gonna try. Hopefully. Get off the tweezers. Off the tweezers. Okay. It's off the tweezers, but it's not in the right spot. And now... Okay. Get in there. You can see the sticker on the end of my tweezers? Come on now. Okay, we got it close. Once I get it close, I can move it into position. There, we got it. For that little thing, that's it. At least for the other side, it's like slightly larger. And it seems like we have extras of these. So we should only need like 2 each. See? Slightly bigger on that side than it is on that side. I'm not talking. I didn't say Siri. Oh boy. Okay. That's all for the elbow joint, by the way. Let's see. Would like to get my hands on one of those Japanese sport team color HGs. Yeah. What are those? Have they still made like more of those recently? I'm not sure. I remember like I've seen them, but I just haven't seen them for a while. Those are the kind of things that just really kind of don't get anywhere near as much like hype or attention, I feel like, from here in the US, because like anytime there's like a new like P Bandai exclusive, Gundam based exclusive, stuff like that, I mean there's people here like hyped over them, but I feel like the sports teams ones, yeah, are definitely not not as sought after outside of Japan, that's for sure. Even in Japan, I don't think that they're necessarily like really hot items. Okay, that goes... How? Why? What? That goes in there first. And then this goes in here second, but that doesn't make sense. I think that must be wrong. That seems dumb. So for in the hand, that little tab there in the center is like a separate piece. You have to like push in from the back, but the way it said for it to go is to put this part on first, but then you wouldn't have been able to push that part in there. Don't really get that. I think it's a mistake. The order of that. Anyway. Oh, and so the thumb, it's obvious which one is... Oh, yes, I forgot. They have something really cool here so you can tell the fingers apart too, and hopefully be able to see it. On each ball joint, see the 2 little dots right there? That means that's the second finger. So put that there. On this one, see, has 3 little dots on the ball joint right there. That's the third finger. And this one has one little dot. That's the first finger. Pretty ingenious, huh? And then 4 little dots for the fourth finger. Thought that was pretty crazy. Look at those beautiful nails. Wonderful, as Professor Oak would say. Like that. So there's our hands. Huh. Interesting. So effing sold, straight up, just because of the hand construction. It's pretty wild. But the good thing is that it seems pretty solid too. But yeah, they definitely look pretty wild. Okay. There's that. Now let's go back to armoring these parts. So the shoulder is not that part, this part here. Okay. In this case, oh, 3 little stickers on here. 4. Wait. Oh, okay. Let's see. 1 or 16. I don't remember. This is the right side, right on like a aircraft. Which side is red and green? Red, green lights on aircraft. For example, if the airplane is flying directly towards you, you would see a green and then red light from left. Okay. Green is on the right side. Okay. So green. So we've got 2 options for this light. And I'm guessing that it's meant to be because it's supposed to be like on red green lights on aircraft. So green it will be, since this is the right side. Come on there. Stickers there too, like that. And then actually that's gonna close up and not even be seen at all. And then, not that one. This one. And this one. Okay. Got our shoulder armor piece. Gonna lift this up. It's gonna attach onto there. Woo. Like that. These are gonna attach onto this side. I like that. It's kind of hard to describe, but for these white parts, you have like that frame part, and then you're sticking the white part onto the side of it. Now, sometimes if that white part was tight at all, you'd basically like be pushing against nothing, which would like could bend these parts in. But I found that it was the same on like the ankles had similar parts, that when they have a white armor piece that needs to go onto a frame part where there's like nothing behind it, where pressing it could bend the frame, the white part fits on very smoothly. So I think they made it so that those parts were like not quite as tight. Not so that they feel loose by any means, but they're just made so that, you know, you don't have to exert like any extra unnecessary pressure onto there, which is very nice engineering, I will say. But what about these parts? Are those supposed to be, hang on, are those meant to be pointed in? Or what? Maybe. Oh, I think they're, what? Hang on. Oh, there's, yeah, they're supposed to be folded all the way in. Okay. It's little like tabs here on the inside. Telling you guys, I am not looking for, like, as much as I am enjoying the build and as much, like, as cool as I think this kit is going to be, I will say I'm not looking forward to the transformation. It's going to be a lot, which is cool, but yes, it's going to be a lot to try to transform this thing. There's so many little moving parts and stuff. All right. Next. What's different? Whoa. Whoa. Satisfying snap. Is that it? I guess that's it. That's it for the shoulder armor. Whew. Man. Very impressed. I think we got all the stickers right. I think that was it. Yep. Okay. Then the armor. I think after this arm is finished, I might call it, because I mean, I would like to be able to finish the whole thing in one go, but it's a lot. It's a lot of kit here. I think I need a little break, but only briefly. I suppose we can just put that onto here, right? Oh my. Ah, here's where those parts go. Well, at least, yeah, these ones that put in with the legs, actually they go here on the arms. That solves that. But these are slightly different. What? Okay. Yeah. Is that? Okay. Man. Okay, so this is like a side of like the elbow, basically, and just want to point this out. This is really cool. It's just this small little sliding gimmick there on this armor part. And it's pretty wild. I mean, there's just so much of this kit. It's doing too much. All right, got that. That's not right. There we go. And then, now we're actually on to this part of the frame. Bicep armor here. It kind of reminds me of the Barbatos. I don't know. Bend the arm forward. One of these goes on the back. This one. I'll get on there. Actually, even before putting this together, when I was just working on the parts yesterday, just getting all the parts and everything cut out, I actually did think that the armor parts, these like armor parts of the arm, did actually remind me of like IBO. It was true. So that's just meant to be on the outside, huh? That armor piece like that? Okay. And lastly, oh man. This is almost like the Barbatos's leg, but that's the elbow there. And these will slide like that and also slide like that and just slide off if you're not careful. You just kind of, again, a lot of moving parts. And that's, like I said, one of the things that is cool, but is also going to be a little bit of just something that, let's see, just gonna have to watch out for. Actually, let's put that like that. That's right, right? Yeah, that's our shoulder armor. And with that, let's attach this arm and say, woo-wee. Let's do a collective woo-wee. Because, man, what a build so far. There is still the other arm, and then the backpack and weapons, still more of the backpack other than the cockpit, like the side parts of the backpack. But so far, GG, indeed. GG. All right, so yeah, right about 3 hours. I think that's enough of a stream, but I think probably about to finish the rest of this. I mean, the other arm, probably about another hour and a half for me to finish it. I'll finish it and have the stream out for you guys. Not the stream, the review out for you guys soon. I think I missed stickers on there. Let me double check. There should have been. No, there's no stickers on that part of the build. Okay. All right. Easy. All right. Yes. Thank you guys for hanging out. Very impressive kit so far. Yeah. Thanks to Inera for this early copy. If you guys have not pre-ordered it, I would definitely recommend it. It's very, very impressive so far. I think it looks great. It feels great, and it smells great too. So I'm not gonna taste it. I mean, that's one step too far. Come on. relax, stretch that back. I do need to. I need to get up and walk for about a couple minutes, and I'll come back and work on this some more before the end of the day. But it does smell very good. Yes, I can confirm. Worth it just for the smell alone, I would say. So, all right, guys, thanks for hanging out. I'll finish this up. I appreciate y'all, and yes, stay dangerous and all of that. Bye bye. See ya.